Hello, everyone. And guys, welcome to SirParts Talks. Happy Valentine's Day 2023. Yeah, and February 14, guys. And we have this celebration. Happy Valentine's Day. I am very happy to be with you tonight for our talk. Yan guys. Welcome. This is Sir Parts Online and I'm very proud to celebrate Happy Valentine's Day and Happy Valentine's Night today. and I hope you are doing great and let us learn what is Valentine's Day. And our source for that is we have this search, we search in the Wikipedia. So this article is about the romantic holiday and liturgical celebration, and what we're going to see right here is we also see some celebrations around the world on Valentine's Day. And by the way, if we're going to go to Google, there you go. This is the Valentine's Day 2003. Their um, picture. They call it uh, the Doodles Archive. That's the that's how the the Valentine's Day 2023. These are doodles. Yeah, yeah, guys. It's really funny. It looks like raindrops, and they join, they form a heart, and they fall again. Two raindrops fall in love, and they fall. That's a very good doodle from Google. Okay, so let's go now to our what you call this one, our information here in Wikipedia. Let's try to maximize this out. Okay, so here, no? Valentine's Day, also called Saint Valentine's Day or the Feast of Saint Valentine, is celebrated annually on February 14. So it originated as a Christian feast day honoring a martyr named Valentine. Through later folk traditions, it has become a significant cultural and commercial celebration of romance and love in many regions of the world. And there are a number of martyrdom stories associated with various Saint Valentines connected to February 14, including an account of the imprisonment of Saint Valentine of Rome for ministering to Christians persecuted under the Roman Empire in the 3rd century. According to an early tradition, Saint Valentine restored sight to the blind daughter of his jailer. Numerous later additions to the legend have been related it to the theme of love. An 18th century embellishment to the legend claims he wrote the jailer's daughter a letter signed Your Valentine as a farewell before his execution. Another tradition posits that Saint Valentine performed weddings for Christian soldiers who were forbidden to marry. So the 8th century Galatian Sacramentary recorded the celebration of the feast of Saint Valentine on February 14. The day became associated with romantic love in the 14th and 15th centuries when notions of courtly love flourished, apparently by association with the lovebirds of early spring. In 18th century England, it grew into an occasion in which couples express their love for each other by presenting flowers, offering confectionery, and sending greeting cards known as Valentines. Valentine's Day symbols that are used today include the heart-shaped outline, doves, and the figure of the winged Cupid. Yeah, that's Cupid. Saint Valentine's, he is Since the 19th century, handwritten valentines have given away to mass-produced greeting cards. So in Italy, Saint Valentine's kiss are given to lovers as a romantic symbol and an invitation to unlock the giver's heart, as well as to children to ward off epilepsy. Uh, yeah. And St. Valentine's Day is not a public holiday in any country, although it is an official feast day in the Anglican Communion and the Lutheran Church. Many parts of the Eastern Orthodox Church also celebrate St. Valentine's Day on July 6 in honor of Roman presbyter St. Valentine, and on July 30 in honor of Hero Martyr Valentine, the Bishop of Eterama, modern Terni. Ayan, guys. So, let's proceed now to the different celebrations, no? For you can see this in wikipedia.org, just search Saint Valentine. Okay? So we have here the different what do you call this one? You can see these are the information you can find there in the Wikipedia. And these are the celebration and status worldwide. So we start with Americas. In Latin America, for example, Costa Rica, Mexico, and U.S. territory of Puerto Rico, since Valentine's Day is known as Dia de los Enamorados, Day of Lovers, or as Dia del Amo y la Amistad, Day of Love and Friendship. So it's also common to see people perform acts of appreciation for their friends. In Guatemala, it is known as Dia del Cariño, Affection Day. Some countries, in particular the Dominican Republic and El Salvador, have a tradition called Amigo Secreto, Secret Friend, which is a game similar to the Christmas tradition of Secret Santa. And in Brazil, the Dia dos Namorados, a Lover's Day or Boyfriend's Girlfriend's Day is celebrated on June 12, probably because that is the day before St. Anthony's Day, known there are marriage saint, when traditionally many single women perform popular rituals called simpatias in order to find a good husband or boyfriend. Couples exchange gifts, chocolates, cards, and flower bouquets. So that is similar in the Philippines, no? The February 14 Valentine's Day is not celebrated at all because it usually falls too little before or too little after the Brazilian Carnival that can fall anywhere from early February to early March and last almost a week. Because of the absence of Valentine's Day and due to the celebration of the carnivals, Brazil was recommended by U.S. News and World Report as a tourist destination during February for Western singles who want to get away from the holiday. And in Colombia, Colombia celebrates Dia del Amor y la Amistad on the third Sunday in September instead. Amigo Secreto is also popular there. In the United States mainland, about 190 million Valentine's Day cards are sent each year, not including the hundreds of millions of cards school children exchange. So Valentine's Day is a major source of economic activity, with total expenditures in 2017 topping 18.2 billion in 2017, or over $136 per person. This is an increase from 108 per person in 2010. In 2019, a survey by the National Retail Federation found that over the previous decade, the percentage of people who celebrate Valentine's Day had declined steadily. From their survey results, they found three primary reasons: over commercialization of the holiday, not having a significant other, and not being interested in celebrating it. Those are the reasons bakit nag-decline. In Asia, Afghanistan, since pre-Taliban years of Koch-e-Goy Farosha Flower Street in the downtown Kabul used to be adorned with innovative flower arrangements to attract Valentine's Day celebrating youth. In the Afghan tradition, love is often expressed through poetry. Some new generation budding poets like Rana Mizar, Matab, Sahil are expressing themselves through poetry using Valentine's Day expressing concerns on any likelihood erosion of freedoms. In their political comment, they defy fear by saying, I kiss you amid the Taliban. Then the Bangladesh. Valentine's Day was first celebrated in Bangladesh by Shafiq Rinman, a journalist and editor of Jaijuddin in 1993. He was acquainted with Western culture by studying in London. He highlighted Valentine's Day to the Bangladeshi people through Jaljaidin newspaper. Rinman is called the father of Valentine's Day in Bangladesh. Meron pala yan, guys. On this day, people in various bands, including lovers, friends, husbands and wives, mothers and children, students and teachers express their love for each other with flowers, chocolates, cards, and other gifts. Tanong, how about kayo? How about ako? May na-receive ba? This Valentine's Day. On this day, various parks and recreation centers in the country are full of people of love. No public holidays declared this day in Bangladesh. Some in Bangladesh feel that celebrating this day is not acceptable from a cultural and Islamic point of view. Before the celebration of Valentine's Day, February 14 was celebrated as the anti-authoritarian day in Bangladesh. However, that day is disregarded by people to celebrate Valentine's Day. And in China, Chinese Valentine's Day is called Lovers Festival. The Chinese Valentine's Day is the Kekse Festival, meaning Night of Sevens, celebrated the seventh day of the seventh month of the lunar calendar. According to the legend, the Coherd star and the Weaver Mad star are normally separated by the Milky Way, but are allowed to meet by crossing it on the seventh day of the seventh month of the Chinese calendar. In recent years, celebrating the White Day has also become fashionable among some young people. How about in India? In ancient India, there was a tradition of adoring Kamadeva, the Lord of Love, exemplified by the erotic carvings in the Khajuraho group of monuments and by the writing of the Kama Sutra. This tradition was lost around the Middle Ages when Kamadeva was no longer celebrated and public displays of sexual affection became frowned upon. This repression of public affections began to loosen in the 1990s. Valentine's Day celebrations did not catch on India until around 1992. It was spread due to the programs in commercial TV channels such as MTV, dedicated radio programs, and love letter competitions. In addition to an economical liberalization that allowed the explosion of the Valentine card industry, the celebration has caused a sharp change on how people have been displaying their affection in public since the Middle Ages. On a 2018 online survey, it was found that 68% of the respondents do not wish to celebrate Valentine's Day. It can be also observed that different religious groups, including Hindu, Muslim, and Christian people of India, do not support Valentine's Day. In modern times, Hindu and Islamic traditionalists have considered the holiday to be a cultural contamination from the West, a result of globalization in India. Shiv Sena and Sang Parivar have asked their followers to shun the holiday and the public admission of love because of them being alien to Indian culture. Although these protests are organized by political elites, the protesters themselves are middle class Hindu men who fear that the globalization will destroy the traditions in their society, arranged marriages, Hindu joint families, full-time mothers, etc. Despite these obstacles, Valentine's Day is becoming increasingly popular in India. So Valentine's Day has been strongly criticized from a post-colonial perspective by intellectuals from the Indian left. The holiday is regarded as front of Western imperialism, neo-colonialism, and exploitation of working classes through commercialism by multinational corporations. It is claimed that as a result of Valentine's Day, the working classes and rural poor become more disconnected socially, politically, and geographically from the hegemonic capitalist power structure. They also criticize mainstream media attacks on Indians opposed to Valentine's Day as a form of demonization that is designed and derived to further the Valentine's Day agenda. Right-wing Hindu nationalists are also hostile. In February 2012, Subhash Chauhan of the Bajrang Dal warned couples that they cannot kiss or hug in public places. Our activists will beat them up. He said, "We are not against love, but we criticize vulgar exhibition of love at public places." According to the Hindu, in February 2023, the Animal Welfare Board of India appealed to Indians to celebrate 14th February as Cow Hug Day, Cow Hug Day for emotional richness and to increase individual and collective happiness. The newspaper referenced the sacredness of cows as being equivalent to one's mother in Indian culture and further wrote, Vedic traditions are almost on the verge of extinction due to the progress of Western culture over time. The dazzle of Western civilization has made our physical culture and heritage almost forgotten. According Ria Mughal of CNN, a 2017 photo series Indian women sporting cow masks by activist Sujatro Ghosh portrays a society in which cows are more valued than women. Mughal says authorities had advanced the idea to rebrand Valentine's Day as Cow Hug Day. Mughal says, but the move seems to have failed and later retracted after it prompted a rush of internet memes, cartoons, and jokes by TV hosts about the importance of consent. Media outlets like NDTV mocked the government's plan by underlining the importance of the consent of cows before hugging them. Mughal says critics say cow worship has been politically manipulated by cow vigilante, motivated by conservative BGP's majoritarian politics to harass minorities with allegations of disrespect of cows or cow slaughter. In Iran, the history of Valentine's Day in Iran dates back to Kahar era of the latter half of the 19th century. Nasser al-Din Shah Kahar did not take his wife with him during his trip to Europe, and he sent her a greeting card from distance on Valentine's Day. The greeting card is available in Iranian museums. Since the mid 2000s, Valentine's Day has become increasingly popular in Iran, especially among young people. However, it has been the subject of heavy criticism from Iranian conservatives who see it as part of the spread of decadent Western culture. Since 2011, authorities have attempted to discourage celebrations and impose restrictions on the sale and production of Valentine's Day related goods, although the holiday remains popular as of 2018. Additionally, there have been efforts to revive the ancient Persian festival of Sipan Darmazgan, which takes place around the same time to replace Valentine's Day, although as of 2016, this has also been largely unsuccessful. In Israel, the Jewish tradition of Tu B'Av has been revived and transformed into the Jewish equivalent of Valentine's Day. It is celebrated on the 15th day of the month of Av, usually in late August. In ancient times, girls who wear white dresses and dance in vineyards where the boys would be waiting for them. Today, Tubav is celebrated as a second holiday of love by secular people, along with the Valentine's Day, and it shares many of the customs associated with Saint Valentine's Day in Western societies. In modern Israeli culture, Tubav is a popular day to proclaim love, propose marriage, and give gifts like cards or flowers. Let's go to Japan. So in Japan, Morozov Ltd. introduced the holiday for the first time in 1936 when it ran an advertisement aimed at foreigners. Later, in 1953, it began promoting the giving of heart-shaped chocolates. Other Japanese confectionery companies followed suit thereafter. In 1958, the Isitan department store ran a Valentine sale. Further campaigns during the 1960s popularized the custom. The custom that only women give chocolates to men may have originated from the translation error of chocolate company executive during the initial campaigns. In particular, office ladies give chocolate to their co-workers. Unlike Western cultures, gifts such as greeting cards, candies, flowers, or dinner dates are uncommon, and most of the gifts-related activity is about giving the right amount of chocolate to each person. Japanese chocolate companies make half their annual sales during this time of the year. So many women feel obliged to give chocolates to all male co-workers except when the day falls on Sunday, a holiday. This is known as girichoko, um, chip chocolate. This contrasts with homeo choco, through filling chocolate, chocolate given to a loved one. Friend, especially girls, may exchange chocolate referred to as tomo choco, from tomo meaning friend. In the 1980s, the Japanese National Confectionery Industry Association launched a successful campaign to make March 14 a reply day, where men are expected to return the favor of those who gave them chocolates on Valentine's Day, calling it White Day. Wow! For the color of the chocolates being offered. A previous failed attempt to popularize the celebration had been done by a marshmallow manufacturer who wanted men to return marshmallows to women. In Japan, the romantic date night associated with Valentine's Day is celebrated on Christmas Eve. Let's go to Lebanon. Saint Valentine is the patron saint for a large part of the Lebanese population. Couples take the opportunity of Valentine's feast day to exchange sweet words and gifts as a proof of love. Such gifts typically include boxes of chocolates, cupcakes, and red roses, which are considered the emblem of sacrifice and passion. Lebanese people celebrate Valentine's Day in a different way in every city. In Birol, men take women out dine and may buy them a gift. Many women are asked to marry on that day. In Sidon, Valentine's Day is celebrated with the whole family. It is more about family love than a couple's love. And let's go to Malaysia. In Malaysia, Islamic officials in West Malaysia warned Muslims against celebrating the Valentine's Day, linking it with vice activities. Deputy Prime Minister Mohyedin Yassin said the celebration of romantic love was not suitable for Muslims. One Muhammad Sheikh Abdul Aziz, head of the Malaysian Islamic Development Department, JAKIM, which oversees the country's Islamic policies, said that a fatwa ruling issued by the country's top clerics in 2005 noted that the day is associated with elements of Christianity and we just cannot get involved with other religions' worshipping rituals. Jakim officials plan to carry out a nationwide campaign called Awas Jirat Valentine's Day, Mind the Valentine's Day Trap, aimed at preventing Muslims from celebrating the day on February 14, 2011. Activities including conducting raids in hotels to stop young couples from having unlawful sex and distributing leaflets to Muslim university students warning them against that day. On Valentine's Day 2011, West Malaysian religious authorities arrested more than 100 Muslim couples concerning the celebration ban. Some of them would be charged in the Sharia court for defying the department's ban against the celebration of Valentine's Day. In East Malaysia, the celebrations are much more tolerated among young Muslim couples, although some Islamic officials and Muslim activists from the West Side have told younger generations to refrain from such celebration by organizing dawah and tried to spread their ban into the East. In both the states of Sabah and Sarawak, the celebration is usually common with flowers. In Pakistan, the concept of Valentine's Day was introduced into Pakistan during the late 1990s with spread TV and radio programs. The Jamaat-e-Islami political party has called for the banning of Valentine's Day celebration. Despite this, the celebration is becoming popular among urban youth, and the florists expect to sell a great number of flowers, especially red roses. The case is the same with card publishers. In 2016, the local governing body of Peshawar officially banned the celebration of Valentine's Day in the city. The ban was also implemented in other cities such as Kuwait by the local governments. In 2017, the Islamabad High Court banned Valentine's Day celebration in public places in Pakistan. More than 80% of the Dawn readers polled, polled on its website agreed with this decision. In 2018, because of a petition by a citizen, Abdul Wahid, the Pakistan Electronic Media Regulatory Authority advised broadcasters and newspapers against airing any Valentine's Day celebrations. And let's go to our Philippines. In the Philippines, Valentine's Day is called Araw ng mga Puso. In much the same manner as in the West, it is usually marked by a steep increase in the price of flowers, particularly red roses. It is most popular day for weddings, with some localities offering mass ceremonies for no charge. In Saudi Arabia, in 2002 and 2008, religious police banned the sale of Valentine's Day items, telling shop workers to remove any red items because the day is considered a Christian holiday. This ban had created a black market for roses and wrapping paper. In 2012, the religious police arrested more than 140 Muslims for celebrating the holiday and confiscated all red roses from flower shops. Muslims are not allowed to celebrate the holiday, and non Muslims can celebrate only behind closed doors. Saudi cleric Sheikh Muhammad Al Arafi said on the Valentine's Day Eve that celebrating this holiday constitutes bid'ah, a forbidden innovation and deviation from religious law and custom, and mimicry of the West. However, in 2017 and 2018, after a fatwa was widely circulated, the religious police did not prevent Muslims from celebrating the day. In 2018, Sheikh Ahmad Qasim Al Gamde, a Saudi cleric and former president of the Committee of the Promotion of Virtue and Prevention of Vice, said that Valentine's Day is not haram and is compatible with Islamic values. Wow. And in Singapore, according to findings, Singaporeans are among the biggest spenders on Valentine's Day, with 60% of Singaporeans indicating that they would spend between $100 and $500 during the season leading up to the holiday. In South Korea, women give chocolate to men on February 14. Wow. And men give non-chocolate candy to women on March 14. That's White Day. And this is somewhat similar in Japan, right? On April 14, Black Day, those who did not receive anything on February or March 14 go to the Chinese Korea restaurant to eat black noodles. So, sino dyan yung walang ma-receive, eat ng black noodles. And lament their single life. Koreans also celebrate Pepero Day on November 11 when young couples give each other Pepero cookies. The date 11/11 is intended to resemble the long shape of the cookie. The 14th of every month marks a love-related day in Korea, although most of them are obscure. From January to December, Candle Day, Valentine's Day, White Day, Black Day, Rose Day, Kiss Day, Silver Day, Green Day, Music Day, Wine Day, Movie Day, and Hug Day. Korean women give a much higher amount of chocolate than Japanese women. In Taiwan, traditional Keze Festival, Valentine's Day, and White Day are all celebrated. However, the situation is the reverse of Japan's. Men gives gifts to women on Valentine's Day, and women return them on White Day. And Europe, in Estonia and Finland, Valentine's Day is called yes, Van Paiva, which means Friends Day. As the name indicates, this day is more about remembering friends, not significant others. In Estonia, Valentine's Day was originally called Valentinepäiv and later also Sobrapäiv, Friends Day, as a calque of the Finnish term. A tradition Catholic country, Valentine's Day is known simply as Saint Valentine and is celebrated in much the same way as other Western countries. The relics of Saint Valentine the Tourney, the patron of Saint Valentine's Day, are in the Catholic Church of Saint Jean Baptiste and Saint Jean Evangeliste, located in the southern France town of Roquemaure-Gard. The celebrations of Fête des Amoureux takes place every 2 years on the Sunday closest to February 14. The village gets dressed in its 19th century costume and put the program with over 800 people. In Greece, Saint Valentine's Day or Hopathoiobachana in Greek tradition was not associated with romantic love. In the Eastern Orthodox Church, there is another saint who protects people who are in love, Hyacinth of Caesarea, feast of the day of July 3, but this was not widely known until the late 1990s. In contemporary Greece, Valentine's Day is generally celebrated as in common Western tradition. In Ireland, on St. Valentine's Day in Ireland, many individuals who seek true love make a Christian pilgrimage to the shrine of St. Valentine in Whitefriars Street Carmelite Church in Dublin, which is said to house relics of St. Valentine of Rome. They pray at the shrine in hope of finding romance. There lies a book in which foreigners and locals have written their prayer request of love. Wow. In Poland, St. Valentine's Day was introduced to Poland together with the cult of St. Valentine via Bavaria and Tyrol. However, it rose in popularity in the 1990s. The only public celebration in Poland is held annually from 2002 in Kelmno under the name Walentynki Chelmenski, Kelmno Valentines, because Kelmno's parish church of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary has been holding the relic of Saint Valentine since the Middle Ages. Local cult of the saint has been combined with the Anglo-Saxon tradition. Meanwhile, in Portugal, the holiday is known as Dia dos Namorados, Lovers' Day, Day of Enamored. As elsewhere, couples exchange gifts, but in some regions, women give a linco de namorados, lover's handkerchief, which is usually embroidered with love motifs. In Romania, In recent years, Romania has also started celebrating Valentine's Day. This has drawn backlash from several groups, institutions, and national organizations like NOAA, DREPTA, who condemn Valentine's Day for being superficial, commercialist, and imported Western cults. In order to counter the perceived denaturation of national culture, Dragobete, a spring festival celebrated in parts of southern Romania, has been rekindled after having been ignored during the communist year as the traditional Romanian holiday for lovers. The holiday is named after a character from a Romanian folklore who was supposed to be the son of Baba Doclia. Its date used to vary depending on the geographical area. However, nowadays it is commonly observed on February 24. Meanwhile, in Scandinavia, in Denmark and Norway, February 14 is known as Valentine's Dag and is celebrated in much the same manner as in the United Kingdom. In Sweden, it is called Alla Heartans Dag, All Hearts Day, but is not widely celebrated. A 2016 survey revealed that less than 50% of men and women were planning to buy presents for their partners. The holiday has only been observed since the 1960s. In Spain, the holiday was first introduced in Spain through a 1948 advertisement campaign by the department store chain Galerías Preciados and had become widespread by the 1970s. Known as San Valentin, the holiday is celebrated the same way as in the rest of the West. And we have here, last but not the least, in United Kingdom. In the UK, just under half the population spends money on their Valentines and around 1.3 billion euro is spent yearly on cards, flowers, chocolates, and other gifts with an estimated 25 million cards being sent. Wow. In Wales, some people celebrate died Saint Dwayne Nguyen on January 25 instead of Valentine's Day. The day commemorates Saint Dwayne Wyn, the Welsh patron saint of love. The Welsh name for Saint Valentine is Saint Flolant. Folland. In a 2016 poll conducted by the Channel 4 for Valentine's Day, Jane Austen's line, "My heart is and always will be yours," from her novel Sense and Sensibility, as said by Edward Ferrars Hugh Grant to Eleanor Dashwood in the acclaimed 1995 film adaptation, was voted the most romantic line from literature, film, and TV by thousands of women. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. And that was our what do you call this one? That was our uh, the celebrations all around the world on the Valentine's Day, and yeah, in the Philippines, it's called Araw ng mga Puso, and I've seen some in our school. The celebration will be on Friday. There were plenty of hearts. I could see plenty of colored red hearts in the walls, and when you get inside our school, you can see the hearts, no, the hearts. They were hanging, no, they were hanging in the what do you call that one, in the gate entrance. And when you go there, you can see some place there where cloth colored red and hearts shapes is also present in the waiting area. And in the side of the what you call this one side of the in the registrar, they have their mga hugot lines wherein they post their comments so that other people will read that, they will get entertained. And I guess all are celebrating, all are participating. There are plenty of students who posted there, and I also posted there. I post there, subscribe to SirParts online, and mahal ko kayo. Ayan guys, and we put a message and promoting SirParts online, and I guess this is spearheaded by our SSG President, Honorable Arnold Kitang, and congratulations to all the SSG officers, the advisors, and yeah, officers. And I was not able to travel in the College of Education and in the College of Industrial Technology, but I could also see in our department the entrance in the College of Computer Studies building. There's also a what you call that, an area there where there are plenty of hearts and a happy Valentine's Day like this one, a happy Valentine's Day greetings, where you can also see arrows, the Cupid, the Cupid, guys. So, thank you very much. And for our message for this Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day to all of you. But there are many people whom I could greet. First and foremost, I'd like to greet my only one, my only one, Teacher Des, for Happy Valentine's Day. I love you very much, Ta. Thank you for all the understanding and misunderstanding. Thank you. And thank you also. Happy Valentine's Day also to my mother, Judith. Um, Belated happy birthday. I was not able to make a video. Congratulations on your birthday, Ma. Happy birthday. Thank you very much for the love. And to all my brothers and sisters, brother-in-laws and sisters-in-laws, and everyone, to my fellow faculty at Jose Rizal Memorial State University, Shocon Campus, and mm, my students, no, my students in Jeremy Shocon Campus, and all the students, all the people here in Shocon, Zamboanga del Norte, Baligyan, Sirawai, Sibuco, and in Zamboanga City, my auntie there, and Uncle Albert, Auntie Nancy, and all my relatives here in Shocon. Also in Dipolog, in Dawin, no? Happy Valentine's Day to my Papa Efren. Happy Valentine's Day sa mga ano natin, mga kauno. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day sa ano natin, mga business partners natin. Thank you very much. Happy Valentine's Day sa inyong lahat. Okay, so mensahe natin for Valentine's Day. Alam nyo guys, when I went here, I was able to give talk about about Valentine's Day two times in JR Mishu, Shocon Campus. The first time I talked about the Valentine's Day when I was the speaker. They called me guest speaker. Actually, it's not a guest speaker because I'm an insider. And during that time, I was not able to have a girlfriend. No, during that time, and uh, as a speaker and you have to talk to these students. So I told them that I think the starting message there was um, uh, kasama nyo ako sa ano magiging magiging part ng anong tawag doon, yung parang yung mga walang walang kapares ba. I forgot the term. Basta alam niyo 'yan 'no, yung walang para sa parang anong tawag do'n, parang babarilin yung mga walang pares. And ano siya guys, what you call this one, napakaganda po na yung pag-celebrate natin ng Valentine's Day is magkaroon tayo ng pagmamahal sa ating mga pamilya. But pinakauna yung pagmamahal natin sa Panginoon, the love of our God, and the love of our neighbors. And yun, mahalin natin yung pamilya natin, yung asawa natin, yung mga anak natin, tapos yung mga malapit sa atin, no? At saka yung ang namimiss natin na point na hindi natin minamahal yung sarili natin. Yes, it's true. Posible na mauna natin yung mga ibang tao at nakalimutan din natin na mahalin ang ating sarili. Alam niyo po guys, yung pinaka greatest na enemy sa buhay mo ay yung sarili mo. Bakit nasasabi ko yon? Nasasabi ko yon kasi nababasa ko sa libro. Nababasa ko yan sa libro na your greatest enemy is yourself. So, kaya nga may kasabihan, love your enemy. So, ibig sabihin yan, if that's true, and that other statement is true, so pwedeng sabihin natin na love yourself. Paano ba natin mahalin ang ating sarili? Ayun guys, pinaka-importante, no? I told them, nabasa ko din ito, spell love. Love, yun yung normal na spelling ng love. But then, yung ano guys, na maganda na spelling ng love is T-I-M-E. Timmy. Timmy. Time. Time po. So, dapat bigyan mo ng time. Yung mga bagay na binigyan mo ng time, siguro magiging magaling ka. So, to develop, your relationships, simple lang naman, nagbigay na tayo dyan ng tip para mabigyan ng oras, no? Yan, dapat meron tayong time management ah, para mabigyan natin ng time yung ating mga sarili. Hindi ibig sabihin na LDR kayo, long distance relationship, hindi pwede. Posible yan. Kasi pwede naman na pwede naman na anong tawag dito, you have time, you are near, malapit kayo sa kasamahan nyo, and then wala ka din sa, parang wala ka din sa kanila. Yes, I experienced that, especially nung nagfo-focus ako na nag-chess, focus talaga ako dun sa chess. Kahit nandyan lang kami, malapit kami, parang hindi maganda yung resulta. But sometimes, yan guys, meron talagang sacrifices at sana hindi kayo madaling magalit, hindi kayo madaling masaktan kasi ah, dapat talaga na magkaroon ng understanding. Yun yung very important, no? Understanding each other. Kasi in understanding, when you understand, you will also love. Yan guys. So, focus tayo sa mga strengths ng ibang tao para hindi maging malungkot. Yan yung natutunan din natin, no? Focus tayo sa mga strengths nila, wag sa weakness. Kasi pag doon tayo sa weakness, masaktan din tayo. Then, yun guys, yun yung natin, bigyan ng time talaga yung mga kasama natin. So kung bigyan natin din yung sarili natin na mag-improve every day, we need to improve every day. Mag-aral tayo. Naging niche natin yung lifelong learning. Palagi tayong mag-aaral. And if you will spend time doon, aralin din natin yung mga relationships natin kasi pag hindi natin yan aralin, magkakaproblema po tayo. And guys, wag lang sumuko pag yung partner natin may problema. uh, ano, lahat ng problema may solusyon. Hanapin mo lang minsan yung mga problema natin, it's yun yung magiging natin, yung problema natin, magiging solusyon sa mga ibang problema natin. Alam nyo ba yun? Yung problema natin ay maging solusyon sa mga ibang problema natin. And sana mas malaki daw yung problema, mas maganda kasi mas mahal ang bayad sa problema na sinosolve natin. So guys, sa mga may mga gusto ng mga yung coaching about relationship, pwede tayo diyan, no? Pwede din tayo diyan na mag-coach. Yung natin is pasali tayo sa Family Life Ministry as our service. So, pwede natin makapag-advise. And medyo na-improve din yung understanding natin about others and self. Kaya medyo mas maganda-ganda yung buhay, mas peaceful kasi yan. So happy Valentine's Day sa lahat. Nandyan. Shoutout pala sa bago nating subscribers. May papakita pala ako sa inyo guys. Yung natin, yung papakita ko sa inyo yung natin guys, yung dito. Ito, papakita ko sa inyo yung meron tayong ang status natin sa ating YouTube. May status tayo kanina about sa YouTube natin. YouTube. Meron ba? Wala daw YouTube. May tayo guys kanina na Pakita ko sa inyo. Pakita ko sa inyo yung status natin sa ano guys, sa YouTube. Hindi ko makita dito. Pag save tayo kanina, hanapin ko muna guys. Facebook. Ito. Yan guys. Pakita ko sa inyo. Ito na yung SirParts online natin. At pakita ko sa inyo yung growth natin, no? Ayan, we are already 1,000, 1,443. Then February 14, no? So, yung pinaka-last shoutout pala sa ano natin si Mr. Neri. Nakita natin kanina sa anong tawag dito doon sa Mesa Burger House at sinabihan natin siya na pwede mag-subscribe. So si Mr. Neri ng Julian Soriano Memorial Comprehensive High School. Thank you very much dahil shoutout sa iyo dahil sa suporta na binigay niyo sa SirParts Online. Yan guys, 1,443 na subscribers. So thank you very much for watching for our show. And hope and pray na magiging okay yung natin, yung channel natin in the future. Yan, shout out din pala kay Sumia Jamaa. Good evening sir, andyan siya kanina. So yan, shout out sa inyo. And always remember, learning is lifetime. Thank you very much for watching our show, our SirParts Talks, Valentine's Day Special 2023. Shout out din pala sa subscriber natin, sa mga bagong mga classmate ko sa Dawin Municipal High School, yung group nila. At saka shout out din sa sa group sa sa anong tawag dito sa mga estudyante sa BSCS, BSIS. Shout out din sa group natin sa Mayong Tubig Alumni Association, Elementary School Association. Shout out sa inyo lahat. Attorney Nelson Bandoles. Ayan, shout out din natin sa mga kauno natin na partners, si Up Efren, mga other ups natin, Upsed, Up Jocelyn, Up Wana. Yun, sina Up Neil. Shout out sa mga natin, lahat ng mga kaibigan. So, go lang tayo at ma-achieve din natin yan. Target natin maging 2,000 subscribers tayo by the end of March. Sana tulungan niyo po ako, paki-share sa mga kaklase niyo dyan sa Siocon Central School. Ayan, paki-share dyan sa Julian Soriano Memorial Comprehensive High School, sa Siocon National High School at sa lahat ng mga schools dito sa Siocon at saka Sirawai at saka Sibuko at saka Baligyan. Yan, maraming salamat. Always remember, learning is lifetime. Bye!